The third and final Wyvern raid is here, which means I want to go over the last target you're going to have to learn to drive for this particular fleet set. Hey everyone, Derpy here, and welcome back to another Battle Pirates video. The 1205 target does feature some elements that are recycled from the previous tier, although the core of the target is a little bit changed, now featuring not one, but two different long-range railguns. These are the spicy things that you need to make sure you are not getting hit by because they're very painful when they do hit you. Now you are also going to notice that I do have an E10 Wyvern rather than the E8 or the E7 or whatever I was using before. It does have a nice different color field, which is whatever pretty cool. Now against these guys, at the start of the target, you're going to want to take out the first turret and then come in for the second turret cluster. The second turret cluster is actually the third one in because you're going to avoid the short range guy and get inside the minimum range of the next two ships. And inside the minimum range here means they can't shoot at you and you can come back for the one you went by. Then you're going to loop up and get the three turrets on the top. You can stop once you're inside the minimum range, that's fine. And you also are going to want to come back and get the short range guy right here. It will make your life a lot easier if you do, although keep in mind that you're going to get shot at by the long range guy up here when you're trying that. Now we're going to loop around the target to get inside the minimum range of the radioactive guy while staying within the outside of the long range of the short range guy I just killed, which is this target right here. And keeping in mind you're being shot at the entire time by this railgun, so make sure you're not getting hit by him by staying moving. You do get more splash and stuff if you stop, which is why I like being stopped, because I can kill more things, but if you're getting hit by something, that's obviously no good. Now we can go ahead and click the radioactive turrets to figure out what is shooting at me, and once those are dead, we can loop in and grab the dead thing, this building that spits out mines. So that's the kind of easier half of the target. At this point it gets a little bit more difficult, which is probably good because I've taken basically 0 damage. Checking our options, you might want to try and run in through the center of the channel here. You can't go through the top half because of this radioactive turret. You can't kind of duck here either, and you can't even go through anywhere in this channel unless you go all the way around on the outside. That's kind of a dead zone, so what you should do instead is loop around the right here and engage the stuff on the side of this turret cluster instead, loop around the bottom and come up through the bottom of the target. Now in order to do this, you're going to want to make sure the mine spawner is down, which you can do because you killed the outpost building right here next to the long range one, at least number 1 here that we hit. Hovering over a few things on the target, there's nothing crazy. I have mentioned in previous target videos if you're getting shockwaved, it means you don't have enough evade, but in order to see the shockwave, you actually need to make sure your projectile effects and your settings are set correctly, otherwise you can be taking basically massive amounts of damage and not even notice it. Okay, coming up around the bottom of the target, hit the mine spawner, and then we have a few short-range turret clusters. Those aren't too crazy, just make sure that you stay moving against the long-range javelin. I think he might have actually hit me once there, I couldn't really tell because it's pretty similar to the other range targets. Nothing should be shooting at me here except the mines, everything else is directional and they're all facing away from me. I think I can probably get in and hit this guy right here. Close, spin around. There we go. 2 turrets on the right. And that should be the target. This is an easier one, if I'm honest, than the 1203 in the previous target series, at least if you follow the path that I showed you here. This should be instant map repair, so let's go ahead and check that one out. And by the way, this is the second target that I've done with the 1205. The first one was basically on auto, so if I can get instant map repair on my second target, I'm going to be pretty happy. And not quite instant map, but close enough. 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 58 seconds with a fully built out ship, other than the weapons are not all legendary, so there is that caveat. But I'm generally pretty happy with that one, and I don't actually think it's valuable for me to record the same video 10 or 20 times to try and show instant repair. In terms of the build, I do have some work to do on my weapons. I have no legendary ones whatsoever, a mix of 1, 2, and 3 stars. All D5 EV armor, I'm very happy with that decision. Pretty standard specials, all 3 of the legendary CICs, and then my captains, or my officers. I have the captain, I have the officer that does more evade, and the officer that does more damage. I think the one that does more survival is not really worth it, but I went over that in a previous raid recap video, which you can find on my channel if you're interested. If you have any questions on the build or the target strategy, go ahead and let me know, and I'll do my best to reply back. With that said, I want to give a huge thank you to the channel members who are appearing on the end screen now. They're helping make this video, the second one coming out today, the first day of the raid, possible. Until next time, this is Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.